Some people think the amount of money in the SMSF balance equals how much they can spend on buying a property. It's only one part of the transaction. Servicing can be the real gatekeeper on the purchase price of the property you're looking to purchase. I always say you start with servicing because you've already got your deposit. So the next step is how much you can borrow. That gives you your total purchase price. There's always two parts to the transaction. How do lenders assess a self-managed super fund? I'll run through some numbers right now. Here's the example we're going to use. We've got a purchase price of 600. Now take an 80% LVR loan to value ratio of 480, which means you have to put in funds out of the self-managed super fund of 120,000. Rent on a $600,000 property, I'll use 4.4% rental returns, $2,200 a month. That's part of your income. Obviously, your biggest expense, I'll just use 7% over 25 years. Here is your monthly repayment. How do we fund this? With an SMSF, we look at various different parts, different categories of income. Obviously, the first one is rent. And that is $2,200. Obviously by 12 gives you 24,600, is that right? 26,400. 26,400. Okay. First part. We obviously have a shortfall here. That's the rent. That is the monthly repayment. So the shortfall is $1,028. So we've got to cover that. Already got that in there. What's next? The next part is SGC contributions. SGC, super contributions. Let's say you've got two members, both on 100K each. Current rate 12%. So that's 12K by 2, 24,000. So now we're getting somewhere to try and cover this shortfall. Let's say, so that could be the main things. Let's say you've also got, you had 220K sitting in the fund and you've just used the 120. So minus the 120, this is what we call deeming. So you've still got 100K in the fund. The lenders will assume a return on this, not the actual return. It's called a deeming rate. So the deeming rate, for example, is about 4.4%. That means you've earned, or they're used for servicing, I should say, another 4,400. So you actually add up those three numbers to give you your total. So that's 54,400. So that is the income of the fund that you use for servicing in a borrowing situation. You can also, and you're not near the maximum contributions, there is a way you can top that up if you needed it to the maximum level per year. Now, there's a whole lot of rules around it. Have you done it before? If you're self-employed, can the business afford it? You might have to get the accountant in and have them say yes. I have one recently where people have been contributing the last 2 years. They've been topping it up each year. Not a problem. So that's where we stand with that. There are some other ways of doing it, but I won't get into them today. But that is your basic, your rent, your super contributions, and if you've got extra funds, your deeming. That more than covers what you need, covers the running costs of the audit, the accountant, etc., etc. If you've got any questions or would like to review yours, please give me a call 0418 327 025 or text me on that number as well. 0418 327 025. Thanks.